All right, so there it is. It's all painted. It's blue. It looks good. I don't know. It doesn't look amazing. It's my first ever paint job I've done by myself completely, and some limitations. This is my air compressor setup I got going on. So it's a Harbor Freight mid-grade. It's not the top of the line, but it's not the garbage ones, I guess. It's a 20-gallon, and then I have another 10-gallon. I think might be a 12 or a 15. I'm pretty sure it's like a 10 that I have in line. So the tank, it's a 30-gallon setup now, but even that, it just was running out of air. So I would do one panel, and then I'd be down to 80 psi in my gun, and the tank runs like 120 psi, and then the gun regulates down to 20. But when you run out when you're at low pressure in the air compressor, it doesn't flow right out of the gun. So I did end up getting a little bit of some runs in my door. But honestly, overall, it's really not too bad. So the roof's all done, tailgate, trunk, behind under the bumper. Ooh, and the jams. The jams came out really nice. Inside the door, underneath the door, underneath the car. You guys, oh goodness. I'm really at a loss for words and how this came out. It's better than I expected. It looks incredible from what this car began with. You know, you guys seen it. It was totaled. It was garbage. This car was sent to the junkyard practically. I mean, nobody wanted it. Let's take a look under here. Bam. Oh. Whole lot of plastic. Yeah, not too bad. All right, well, I'm gonna clean up my garage and push this thing outside, and let's see it in the sunlight. I've gone ahead and taken the front fenders off, but I've been assembling the car. I got the mirrors and the doors put together. It's starting to look really nice. Let me show you. I've got this upper trim put on this side. I still need to get the window put in, so I can't put the rest of the trim on. And I got to get this trim put on still. But I got the tail lights, the bumper, the garnish, just kind of in place right now. They're not fully bolted on. Just wanted to see what it looked like. This side is all complete, I think. Let me see if I can get this door open. Yeah, the fender's loose right now, so I didn't want the fender to rub. Okay, so door stay open. So I've got this upper trim piece on, side trim, this black side trim, all the door rubber, all the rubber weather stripping. The door panel's all fully assembled, electric switches. Next I gotta do the wiring harness so I can get everything operational again. But I got all this rubber put back in. It's starting to look really nice. I'm really happy. Okay. Ooh. So just turning the key, the trunk pops real nice. I got the struts put back on. And then I got the rubber seal in the trunk. I'm gonna take my taillights out and paint these top pieces black because this has some random teal color on it. But next up, I gotta put let's see, what is this? I gotta put the rear windshield wiper back together, get all the wiring put back in the trunk. Actually, I bought a bunch of black paint. I'm gonna paint the entire interior black so that it looks nice. I'm gonna sand it and clean it out first before I do that. And then I have some pearl white paint for the cage. So pearl white on the cage, black interior, full interior, so you shouldn't even see the black. And then right now I'm gonna do this wiring harness. So this is the main body to engine, front headlights, fuse box harness. It goes through this hole, up and around under the radiator support, back around through that hole, and there's another fuse box there. So I'm gonna see if I can set my phone up and do a time lapse of me kind of throwing that all together. All right, so I finished up running my wiring harness. Got it tied up real nice on the fender wells. Got this fuse box mounted with a screw. Oh, right there. Okay, everything's nice and tucked pretty good. This is the ground for, I think, the headlights. Got my headlight wiring running out, and then runs under here. I have these zip ties just holding it in place for now. I don't know what I'm going to use permanently, and I don't think I'm going to use those holes, but those are just holding it in place. Not a big mess of wires. There's a couple wires, but these all get plugged in, and then whatever doesn't get plugged in, I'm going to hide. And then we just have this other harness that runs up over, back down, have it tucked and tied real nice so that nothing's going to ever try and rub on that. And then it goes inside, and then these here pop through, and then this is this one here, windshield wiper motor, but I'm not sure what this one is. But yeah, so there it is. I have a little bit of hookup to do under the dash. I need to run my battery cable through. I need to put the engine in and run the engine harness, but that'll all come here shortly. For now, I'm pretty happy. All right, so I'm here, got my headlight brackets all cleaned up. I'm getting ready to put the front end together. I think I just showed you guys, I got the wiring harness all finished up. Just came back from Big R. Big R has some pretty nice hardware. When you go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you buy, or Ace, and you buy metric hardware, they always come with different size heads, like 11 mil or 13 mil, and it's always annoying. Big R, or maybe Tractor Supply might even have it. They had these nice M6 flange nuts that actually have a 10 mil head bolt. So, yeah, that's actually 10 mil. I had to double check to make sure. But, I got my nice pop-ups, painted them all black, and made them look a little pretty, better than what they were. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run my tap through every bolt hole, just to make sure there's no paint on the threads, because the bolt might go in now, but in 6 months when I need to remove that bolt, the paint's gonna have dried or cracked around it and it can snap off. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tap each hole for my headlights. And I think I got 2 up here. Let's see, maybe this one and then this one. So I think 5 total for each headlight, all new hardware. I think these are gonna look really nice. I'll show you guys when I got the new one on. Okay, there it is. Got 1 headlight bracket all mounted up. Looking pretty nice. Nice and black on the blue, looks good. Shiny silver bolts. All nice new hardware. We got 1 here, and then there's 1 hiding under this plastic wind shroud thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean these holes up and get the other bracket on, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I got my headlight brackets on. They are looking nice. They look a lot better than the ugly overspray red and gray that they were before. Just a little bit of semi-gloss black really makes them look good. And then I also did my booster in a wrinkle black. So I got a couple, anything that stands out, I'm gonna paint black. Pretty much. This little electrical box back here, I'm not quite sure what that guy does, but it's originally green and they oversprayed it red and it looked really bad, so I just painted it black. All the brake lines were red and looked bad, so I painted them blue to match, just trying to make everything look good. This is, let's see, this guy here is the windshield wiper motor, and this guy, again, all red. There was paint all up inside the connector. It was done very poorly, so cleaned it all up, painted it black. Looks better than what it looked like before. All right, so there she is, slowly coming together, piece by piece. Got the fenders on, got the headlight brackets. Where's that? Headlight brackets on. Got the booster, headlight brackets, windshield wiper motor. So yeah, she's starting to look really good. What I'm up to next is I've got the motor up here. I'm gonna go ahead and spray her down with some engine degreaser foam. And then I've got a pressure washer I'm gonna hook up, pressure wash all the dirty off this motor. It's just been sitting. It's it doesn't leak or anything like that. It's covered in dust. Let me show you. This thing's just coated in dust, like covered in filthy. So I'm gonna degrease the crap out of it. I think I'm gonna wrinkle black the valve cover. And then while this is drying, because it's pretty cold right now. It's only like 50 degrees in my garage. So while that's taking a couple hours to drip dry, I'm gonna go ahead and clean the trunk and paint the trunk black. So I think that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna go ahead and start spraying this thing down. Everything looks relatively clean. I think once I put the motor in and paint this valve cover wrinkle black, I think it's gonna look really nice. So while I'm letting this drip dry, I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning my trunk because I can't just spray it. This thing's filthy. But so what I got here is I got a little bucket of water and a green scrubby brush. I got a green scrubby brush sponge because the green one's got like a nice coarse scrubber on it. So I'm gonna go through here and I'm gonna scrub all the dust and all the overspray and all the dirt and just whatever's in here. And the green scrubber kind of will sand the surface a little bit, kind of like Scotch-Brite. So I'm gonna do all that and spray this guy black. Okay, I've gone ahead and cleaned out the trunk. Used a 5-gallon bucket and a sponge and a scrubby side of the sponge and just scrubbed all the dirt and debris, and then I used the 5-gallon bucket, filled it up a couple times and sprayed the water, splashed it all around. Got the car way jacked up so that it'll drain all the water out of the trunk. All right, so there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry, and then once it's dry, I'm gonna do a couple coats of black, make her look real nice. All right, so here she is, all ready to go. Got my motor cleaned up, got my trunk all nice and black. Yeah. Really happy with how the trunk turned out. About ready to stab the motor. I already got the drive shaft kind of pulled down. I was lazy and didn't pull it out when I pulled the motor. So I'm lazy again. So I dropped the center section, letting the drive shaft sit. Gonna go ahead and stab the motor and get her bolted up. And then I'll disconnect the drive shaft, reconnect all that. I think I'll fish the wiring harness, and it's only 1 o'clock right now. I can usually do a KA motor in about an hour. I'm gonna take my time, go very slow because I don't want to scratch anything. I want to make it all look nice as I'm doing it. I gotta run the wiring harness, so probably be an hour or two. So hopefully, maybe today I'll still have some daylight. I'll take it for a little test drive. It's real easy to make these things run, so maybe we'll do that. But for now, I'm getting ready to stab the motor. Okay, the moment of truth. Wish me luck, you guys. I'm about to stab the motor, and we're gonna hopefully not damage the paint at all. Good God, it's gonna happen. Anyway, let's do this. All right, I'm halfway there. I got some rags there to protect my radiator support, just in case, but so far so good. I'll get back to you in a second.